Et c'est le député de l'opposition Kee Chong qui est intervenu en premier à l'Assemblée nationale. Selon lui, le budget 2012 est sans vision, sans inspiration et antisocial. Les mesures annoncées, dit-il, favorisent le gros capital au détriment des plus vulnérables de la société. Soir Hadjfek.
Pour le député de l'opposition, Kee Chong, le grand argentier n'a pas saisi l'occasion, à travers ce budget, de rétablir ce qu'il appelle le déséquilibre fiscal. Il estime que le service des dettes coûte beaucoup trop au pays et que les mesures annoncées ne favoriseront pas la croissance attendue.
This budget needs a complete analysis in order to understand the nature of its approach. If we look at the total expenditure under this budget, it has increased from 90.1 billion to 101.5 billion. That is an increase of 11.4 billion in terms of total expenditure, which makes a 12.6% increase over the year. The main item of the increase is the government debt servicing, which has increased from 14.6 billion to 18.6 billion. This means that the servicing of a national debt, of government debt, has increased by 4 billion, which is by 27.3%. So the increase in the total government expenditure is caused mainly by the increase in the debt servicing. As you know, the growth forecast was 4.6%, and it has been downgraded to 4.2%, and this year is going to be 4%, and already the Chamber of Commerce has downgraded it to 3.8%, and soon the MCB is likely to downgrade it to 3.7%. So this budget has not seized the opportunity to redress the fiscal imbalance. This budget has failed to address this issue because we have a dysfunctioning of the economy which is in fact en panne et à bout de souffle. If we look at the priorities that the Minister has set forth for this budget, he said that one of his main priorities is to bolster growth. But as we have just said, the growth for this year, which is supposed to be dynamized by his budget, is going to be lower than that of last year. And even that is going to be downgraded. So not only will the growth be lower, Mr. Speaker, sir, as a result of this budget, but it means that unemployment also may rise too. And that's the reason why we have not got any forecast of the unemployment rate for the next year.
Selon le député Mauve, les mesures annoncées dans ce budget n'encouragent pas les investissements domestiques ni les investissements directs étrangers. Kee Chong dit déplorer le fait que ce budget ne fait pas mention de nouveaux piliers de développement économique.
Since 2008, private sector investment has witnessed a decline, and it is not even mentioned in this budget what is the estimate for next year, and in all likelihood is going to register a zero growth. It does not appear that in the budget any measures have been announced to rekindle exports, especially manufacturing exports. So what we are witnessing is that there is no new pillars of development that has been stimulated to create the higher value-added manufacturing and new job opportunities. This budget has little to offer in terms of innovation or opening new vistas for growth. It has no vision, it has no mission, and it touches only on peripheral issues concerning manufacturing. Let me say a few words now about fiscal reform. This has been claimed to be one other priority of the minister. In fact, have we had any fiscal reform or have we not had a counter-reform? Because when we look at the fiscal system, it is the same old dependence on the usual tool of taxing mass consumption, which has inelastic demand, on items of mass consumption like wine, tobacco, and SMS, which are supposedly called sin taxes. But such heavy reliance on one single tool of taxation, which is regressive and unfair, because it represents already more than 68% of total taxes, grabbing more than an additional 3.7 billion out of the pockets of consumers. This system of taxation is putting undue burden on consumers.
Il a également critiqué la politique de taxation prônée par le gouvernement dans ce budget. Selon lui, les mesures annoncées favoriseraient le gros capital au détriment des plus vulnérables. Il dit déplorer par ailleurs qu'il n'y ait pas assez de mesures pour relancer le secteur des PME, qui est un des moteurs du développement économique.